Hey, what's up, everyone? How's it going? We are now at the beginning. Well, it's almost 5 p.m., but close to the beginning for me of the day of day 4 of the Settlers of Calgar 3.25 League. And I just want to catch you guys up on what I have been doing. So my league start and all of that has been very, very different this league. Trying something that I is out of my comfort zone, we'll just say. And we are doing some party play. You can see I'm still in the party with a couple of the guys. We have a guild here and I teamed up with some people in the community. Some have done party play in the past, some have not. We have a group of 7 to 8 people, depending on, one of them is part-time. And the idea was we were going to do basically what MP's group is doing. We've actually been talking with MP and Bazooka and Snap and those guys, and they've been helping us out a ton. And yeah, we're trying group play this league, the worst league of all time to try it. And we have made, I don't know how much money we've actually made total so far, probably closer to 200 divines at this point. But yeah, we're going to focus more on actually our first 100 divines. And yeah, and that's counting, I'm saying 1 to 200 divines with everything invested into the team. So you might say, hey, day 4 group play, you only have like 100 something divines. That's not that much. And the answer is yes, that is not that much. So what happened is on the very first day, our one of our teams, or the very first day, we leveled up together. That was kind of interesting, but we ran into some issues with the crashes and all that. It was some things were overtuned as usual. Lots of crashes. We had issues where you couldn't fight Oak. He didn't during Cry. He would crash immediately. Yeah, lots of little issues like that. But so we took us about 5 hours to reach maps. And then we started getting everything online, trying to get through maps, some people setting up their builds and all of that. And unfortunately, one of our teammates on Saturday had a family emergency and he had to be gone the entire day. Our carry, there wasn't as much for him to do anymore, so he took part of Saturday off as well. We were missing 2 people on Saturday, so the rest of us were just trying to scramble and get everything together. So basically, Sunday was our first day, like fully together. And I want to talk about what we did yesterday and then what we are going to be doing today on stream. Hope to see you guys there on stream, twitch.tv/subtractem, right after I post this video. What we wanted to do is the Blight strategy, and MP has videos on that. Imperium Gaming, just check that out. Watch his video on the Blight strategy that they were doing, how they figured out how they were going to make money. But they were in full despair. Like they actually tried Simulacrum and everything. They couldn't figure out anything to like make good money for group play. So there's this Blight strategy, and this was known about last league, and this was our original plan, where you pull all the Blight monsters into the empowered towers, and there is a Scarab, and there's stuff on the Atlas. There's a way to use the empowering powers to power them up, use the glittering Scarabs to get some Wisps on there as well, and then you just juice it up, and you call them with a rarity character, which mine is. We'll talk about that in just a minute. And then you just drop a lot of uniques. And that's the general idea. That's what we wanted to do. And you'll notice my game looks like absolute butt right now. It looks like ass. Full ass. And then it's a couple minutes into the video, I can say the word ass. Thanks, YouTube. And that is because the game was crashing like crazy. And yesterday, we could not figure it out. Nonstop crashes. And we actually ended up doing a different strategy yesterday. And I think this strategy will be very useful and helpful for you guys if you have builds that are kind of online. It's a very solo viable build, which means that we were not getting very much value out of it as a team. So what we learned, and I'll share it with you guys right now. Here we go. Might be something kind of good. So yeah, this is the strategy. I was recording all yesterday. I was actually not streaming because I didn't want the computer to crash. With the Blight strategy, we were crashing nonstop. And yeah, I had the blue light filter on. The strategy is you go full Rogue Exiles, giga Rogue Exiles, and then you use the Horn Scarab of Awakening, which will give you an imbued Anarchy, which makes Rogue Exiles have a 20% chance on death to drop fractured items. And as you can see here, there are many fractured items on the ground. Tons of them. Yeah, if we rewind a little bit, you can see the fractured item explosion. So that's what happens. You'll drop like 10, 20, 30 fractured items, 1 out of 5 Rogue Exiles. And this is actually our main strategy that we were doing yesterday. We farmed a ton of fractures. Unfortunately, I think most of them are sold or they're being crafted on. I don't think they're in our guild stash right now for me to show you. Let me see if there's somewhere I can show you guys. Yeah, we're rolling flasks. Like our trader's doing everything he can to try to get value right now. We also wanted to, we tried farming blighted maps as well. That didn't work out too well. The price on those went down really quickly and ran into a bunch of issues. Unfortunately, yeah, he's trying to sell all the fractures right now, so they're not really listed. Oh, you can see some of them here. I guess there's a couple left over, but yeah, that's the main strategy. And I can show you what it looks like right here. Let's see, fractured item. So as you can see, Horned Scarab of Awakening right here, 20% chance to drop Fractured from a Rogue Exile. And then you go to Anarchy, and then I think you just pump all three of these. So Anarchy Scarab plus 4 Rogue Exiles. Gigantification, this one's pretty cool. A Rogue Exile can be gigantic. They'll be very, very big. When you kill them, they'll split into 2. You kill that and it splits into 4. So you get 4 Rogue Exiles. You have 30% chance to get 4 Rogue Exiles. So it's not like a crazy quant bonus on the Rogue Exiles, but you get you get way more chances to get those fractured items. 50% chance to appear in pairs. This is just really nice. So it's just 50% Rogue Exiles. And so all of these multiplying together, and then you have the Horned Scarab of Awakening for the last one, and that gives you all of the fractured items. And that's what we're doing. In terms of the passive tree, my passive tree is actually pretty close to what we were doing. It's not exactly what we had, but it's close enough if you want to try the strategy in solo. And the key is you want to go into Ruckus for an 8% chance for plus 20 Rogue Exiles. The nice thing here is it feels like this chance. We had like 5 maps in a row last night that rolled Ruckus. I think there's a chance that this 8% scales with the map modifier. So you really want to take, I don't have all the nodes right now, but you really want to take all of the map modifier effect. And it feels like it scales this because we had all the points on that, right? You want these ones, increased effect here. You want the one over here, increased effect, all of that. As much increased effect as you can get, basically, back to basics from last league, but the baseline version. That will give you a chance to get 20 Rogue Exiles. Then you want Exiled Will, which makes them all possessed by a Tormented Spirit, gives you more quant and rarity. And then you want to go into all the ghosted stuff just for more quant and rarity, more ghosted stuff. You do need a strong build if you're doing this in solo, but once you have a strong build that is up and running, I think this is a very solo viable strategy. On top of that, this is also really nice. Significant Troves, 200% increased chance for Scarabs. You get a lot of Scarabs from those Rogue Exiles. You're killing a lot of unique monsters. And that is the general idea. So I think that's a really cool solo strategy that you guys can do. I wanted to share that with you guys. Unfortunately, in group play, we did not make that much money. Like I said, 8 people playing for 3 days made 100 divines, which with all of the hard work and everything going into that, that's not crazy money whatsoever. Ideally, we're kind of ramping now because we have a little bit of a backlog of things that we can sell. People are catching up. They want to buy those fractures. And, maybe the money will start coming in a little bit. But yeah, we haven't made much money. The next strategy that we're going to do, I think you could just watch MP stream. You can just look at what he's doing. But we're going to be going for the Blighted stuff. So the cool thing about this is the whole crux. Blight Scarab Invigoration. Beyond that, you want to add in like Beyond. You want to add in the Glittering Scarab for the Wisps. You want to do all that type of stuff. But this is the key. The whole thing is built around this. So you have the Empowering Tower. Usually it's powering up you or your own towers. But it overlaps. So you can have a bunch of Empowering Towers. We have a Vol Cyclone. It's pulling them all in. And then in the middle of the Vol Cyclone, we're killing all of those monsters right there. Then when they die, after the pump finishes, then all of the loot drops and they get very, very juiced up. This is something that you could get some value in solo, but because you'd require all that coordination, the rarity off of a color, which I am, is the a big thing that's kind of pushing up the number of uniques that drop. I don't think it's very good for a solo strategy. Yeah, so this is it. This is the strategy right here. So we're building all Empowering Towers, and you can see the game is struggling. It's flickering like crazy. It gets even worse sometimes when there's a ton of monsters. You can see we have all the empowering monsters are overlapping with each other. We're pulling them all into the middle, and since I have high rarity, my character is about 850% rarity. Without conditional, it's actually, I'm up very close to 1,000% rarity with all the conditional stuff like Wind Ripper. But yeah, so we're pulling them all in the middle. And then if we go forward after we've killed everything, you can see only Empowering Towers. Let's watch the loot explosion right here. There we go. So right here, this is the loot explosion. And this is the stuff that dropped. And yeah, if I rewind a little bit, you can hear how excited we were.
It's working.
We've been struggling the past few days, or just mostly yesterday. It's been really tough. I also got 55,000 gold from this too, which was cool. I've been struggling on gold. So yeah, that's the strategy that we're going to be doing today on stream. I'm very, very excited for it. The last strategy, like I said, I think it's a good solo strat, actually. I think it's really, really good, particularly SSF, actually, if you can sustain those Scarabs, because they, those fractures are really, really nice in SSF. But that's the strategy that we're planning on doing today. I can quickly go over what my character is. It's, you can just go to SnapOW, go to his channel. He goes over what the setups are, but mine's a little bit different. Mine's a little bit more old school. But yeah, my setup here is, you can see I'm using an AG and I have 2 monkeys. These are just additional gem sockets I had to buff my carry. I have a Bama carry, Bama Necro. He's at like 1.5 billion DPS right now. My character has had a full investment of like 100 chaos. My character is cheap free. So I have a Wind Ripper, first off, regular, shocked and frozen enemies, which they always are when I kill, basically. 60% rarity right here. Regular quiver with just proj speed, life, chaos res, stuff like that, just to keep me alive. Again, I do 0% damage. My whole job here is the carry gets them down to 1 HP. He can't kill them. He has a setup so that he actually can't kill monsters whatsoever. And then I get that last hit, I cull them, and we get all the rarity from my character on those monsters. So we drop a lot of uniques. So yeah, amulet, gold amulet with as much rarity as I can get on it. What is this? This is like 57% rarity here. I have a helmet with 46% rarity. I have 2 Andvariuses, which can get up to 85% rarity if they were perfectly rolled. I have R size. So yeah, the old, quantity stuff, gold rims or gold worms, Sedima's Touch, all those old quant items are dead now. Now we just use the full rarity items. So our size right here, this is 50% rarity, well rolled. Wonder Trap, you'll notice that I am low life all the time. I'm using Petrified Blood, 100% rarity right here. And then a String of Servitude, this can go up to 90% rarity. I got this for 5 chaos last night, 81% with a decent roll. And then the body armor, this is the most interesting thing. The body armor right here, the Cloak of Tamar Isley, this makes it so that the found magic items drop identified. The really cool thing here is we have our loot filter set up. So if anything like an amulet drops, we actually got one last night. If an amulet drops with the +1 all spell skill gems, we'll see that. Our loot filter will actually show that. If we see a scepter with +1 fire gems or +1 all gems, anything like that, we see a lot of these identified magic items with good modifiers. Very, very fun item, actually, as well as identified flasks. You'll notice that my my team is rolling flasks now really, really aggressively. That's where we're trying to get money. So what we do is we actually identify good flasks as well. And we can just, hit them with an AUG. And if we have like T1 movement speed on a Quicksilver, hit it with an AUG, hit increased effect, and then we can just sell that for a divine. So this cloak is really cool. And because my character doesn't need to do any damage, all I need to do is live. So yeah, if you're in a team and you're able to do this, you're in a duo, a triple, or anything like that, consider trying to put this in your build because it's really fun. So my main attack here is I am using Scourge Arrow of Menace. Oh, my Atlas Runner completed. Oh my god, hold on, guys. Let's see what my loot is. Hold on. Okay, let's not look at that loot anymore. So my main attack is Scourge Arrow of Menace. This will shoot out with GMP. It shoots out a bunch of pods. I also have returning projectiles on this and GMP as well as item rarity support. And so I shoot this puppy out, and you can see a lot of projectiles are shooting out all the time. I also have +3 Pierce on the passive tree right here. So I'm going through a lot of monsters. I'm hitting everything on the screen, basically with this alone. But wait, there's more. In addition, you'll notice that I have a couple minions right here. I have Mirror Arrow of Bombarding Clones. These guys will attack with Rain of Arrows. These guys also are linked to Culling Strike support. Ideally, I would have this with item rarity, and that's actually a plan that I want to do. But because the mana cost earlier, I wasn't able to do that. But I actually think I'm going to replace this life tap with item rarity support right after this video. That's the plan right there. That will put the rarity also on my Mirror Arrow of Bombarding Clones. So these guys are out. They just give me a little bit additional coverage. They're going to be attacking with Rain of Arrows. On top of that, I have Corrupting Fever as well as Herald of Ice and item rarity support. So if Herald of Ice kills the monsters, or if the Corrupting Fever actually kills the monsters, so I put this debuff on my character, and I will basically put a Corrupting Blood effectively on the monsters as I'm attacking them. Also, very important is we have a Gold Flask right here. This gives us more rarity as well as a Divination Distillate. So normally this thing is very, very annoying to keep up. This is another 50% rarity. So we have 30% here, and then an additional 50%. So, about 80% rarity right here. That's actually much, much higher because I am, weirdly, you would think this is not a common thing to do. I am a bow character that's also a Pathfinder. Most important things here are increased flask effect. So that's what I care about, increased flask effect for my gold flask, all just generic increased flask effect, as well as Master Surgeon and Flask Charge. This is nice. Master Surgeon, because hybrid flasks are life flasks, also applies. So as long as I can get my Divination Distillate up, even though I have full life and mana, it will keep going. So that way I don't have to worry about, weird stuff with reservation of life and making sure I'm never capping and all that. Like usually it's a very, very annoying flask to keep up. But with Master Surgeon, you can keep 100% uptime all the time really easily. And because there isn't a good fourth node for me, I actually just take these small nodes for an additional 10% flask effect. And when I'm with my team and when I'm killing things, particularly if we're using the increased quantum rarity Scarab, I am around 1,000% rarity with all of the conditional stuff going. And yeah, our goal is to just drop as many uniques as possible, try to make some good money. This is a tough league for it. They've definitely balanced group play in a very extreme way. I think that's fine. I think it's good and healthy for the economy. And yeah, I'm very excited to hopefully make pretty good money this league, and it's gonna be a good time. So yeah, hope to see you guys on stream. Go live right after this, and we're gonna blast it out for a handful of hours and hopefully make up for all that last time. It was some lost time the past couple of days. So yeah, thanks for watching, and there will be plenty of more learnings about this league and information about King's March and all that type of stuff. I only started doing that Sunday because, I was just solo with the color stuff. So I have a very weak build. So it's like really interesting interacting with this stuff right now. Ooh, rewards? 3 chaos. All right. It's something, I guess. All right. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye.